Welcome back. Today we're about to jump headfirst into the heart of Central America. We're talking about Panama. I'm talking jaw-dropping landscapes, beaches that'll make you want to ditch your phone, food that'll make you want to slap your mama, in a good way of course, and people so friendly you'll want to bring them back home. In this video, we'll guide you through essential tips to enhance your travel experience, ensuring you make the most of your adventure. So, grab your notepad and get ready to discover the key things you need to know before you set foot in this beautiful country. Let's dive in. Alright, first things first, let's talk about Panama's location. This ain't just some random country on a map. We're talking about a narrow strip of land connecting North and South America. Yeah, you heard that right. This place is like the bridge between two continents, and trust me, that's a big deal. Think about it, for centuries Panama has been this crossroads of culture, this melting pot of people and ideas. You got indigenous tribes who've been there since forever, Spanish conquistadors leaving their mark, and even a whole wave of immigrants during the construction of the Panama Canal. It's like a history book you can walk through, and that's just the beginning. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the canal in the country, the Panama Canal. This ain't just some ditch dug in the ground, people. This is an engineering masterpiece, a testament to human ingenuity, and a symbol of Panama's global significance. We're talking about a 50-mile waterway, carved through jungles and mountains, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Before this bad boy was built, ships had to sail all the way around South America. Can you imagine the time and fuel that saved? It's like the shortcut of the century, and it turned Panama into a global trade hub. Seriously, ships from all over the world pass through here every single day, carrying everything from cars to bananas. So, you're probably thinking, okay, Panama's got a cool canal and a strategic location, but what else you got? Hold on to your hats, people, because Panama's natural beauty is on a whole other level. Forget about beaches, we're talking about coastlines. Panama's got two of them, one on the Caribbean side and one on the Pacific. That means double the dose of paradise with turquoise waters, white sand beaches, and enough palm trees to make you think you've died and gone to coconut heaven. But wait, there's more. We haven't even talked about the rainforests. Panama's covered in these lush green jungles teeming with wildlife. We're talking monkeys swinging through the trees, sloths chilling on branches, toucans with beaks bigger than their bodies, and jaguars lurking in the shadows. It's like stepping onto the set of National Geographic, and that's just a taste of what Panama's natural wonders have to offer. Alright, let's get real for a second. When it comes to visiting Panama, timing is everything. We're not talking about catching the bus here, we're talking about the weather. See, Panama's got two main seasons, the dry season and the rainy season. And trust me, they're not kidding about the rain. Now don't get me wrong, the rain has its charm. It transforms the landscapes into these vibrant emerald green wonderlands. But if you're not into downpours that could sink a small boat, then you gotta plan your trip right. The dry season from December to April is where it's at. Think sunshine, clear skies, and perfect beach weather. It's the ideal time to explore everything Panama has to offer without getting drenched. Alright, let's talk about respect. When you're traveling to a new country, it's not just about seeing the sights, it's about experiencing the culture. And in Panama, that means understanding the local customs and etiquette. First things first, let's talk greetings. Panamanians are warm and welcoming people. When you meet someone, a firm handshake is the way to go, usually accompanied by direct eye contact and a genuine smile. It's all about making a connection. Now let's talk about personal space. In Panama, people tend to stand a bit closer than what you might be used to. Don't back away, it's not a threat, it's just their way of showing they're engaged in the conversation. Okay, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money. In Panama, the official currency is the Balboa, but here's the catch, they use the US dollar interchangeably. Yeah, you heard that right, you can pretty much use US dollars everywhere, which is super convenient for us American travelers. Now a little tip from me, when you're paying for things, try to use small denominations. Trust me, breaking a $100 bill is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. It's not impossible, but it's definitely going to cause some head scratching. Alright, let's talk about getting around this beautiful country. Panama's got a pretty decent transportation system, with options for every budget and adventure level. If you're on a budget, the bus system is your new best friend. It's cheap, it's cheerful, and it'll get you pretty much everywhere you need to go. Just be prepared for a bit of a cultural experience. These buses aren't exactly known for their spacious interiors or air conditioning. Now, if you're feeling a little fancy, taxis are everywhere. Just make sure you negotiate the fare before you hop in or you might end up paying double. And for those who want to explore at their own pace, renting a car is always an option. Alright, let's talk about language. The official language of Panama is Spanish, so if you can speak a few words, you'll be way ahead of the game. Don't worry, you don't need to be fluent. Even a simple hola, gracias, and por favor will go a long way. Trust me, a little effort goes a long way in showing respect for the local culture. Plus, it might just save you from some awkward situations. Now, if you're feeling really adventurous, try learning a few phrases in Ngabere or Embera, two indigenous languages spoken in Panama. It's a great way to connect with the local communities and experience the true heart of Panama. Alright, let's talk about safety. Panama is generally a safe country, but like anywhere else in the world, it's always better to be safe than sorry. First things first, let's talk about common sense. Don't be flashing your cash around like you're trying to fund a small country. Keep your valuables close, be aware of your surroundings, and avoid walking alone in deserted areas, especially at night. It's just common sense, people. Now let's talk about scams. Like any tourist destination, Panama has its fair share of people looking to take advantage of unsuspecting travelers. Be wary of anyone who approaches you on the street offering unsolicited services or deals that seem too good to be true. Alright, let's talk about the good stuff. Food. Panamanian cuisine is a delicious fusion of flavors, influenced by its diverse cultural heritage. Trust me, your taste buds are in for a treat. First up, we gotta talk about sancocho. This is like the national dish of Panama, and for good reason. It's a hearty chicken soup, simmered to perfection with root vegetables, spices, and often served with a side of rice. It's the kind of meal that'll warm your soul and make you want to lick the bowl clean. Next up we got ceviche. This is a refreshing dish made with fresh raw fish marinated in citrus juices, onions, cilantro, and spices. It's light, it's flavorful, and it's the perfect way to cool down on a hot day. Okay, let's talk about the main event, the attractions. Panama's got so much to offer, from historical landmarks to natural wonders. You could spend weeks here and still not see it all. But hey, we're all about efficiency, so let's focus on the must-sees. First up, we gotta go back to the Panama Canal. I know, we've already talked about it, but trust me, seeing it in person is a whole other experience. Head to the Miraflores Locks Visitor Center and watch in awe as massive ships are raised and lowered through the locks. It's like watching a ballet of engineering, and it's guaranteed to blow your mind. Next up, let's escape the city and head to the San Blas Islands. This archipelago of over 365 islands is home to the Gunayala indigenous people and offers a glimpse into a way of life untouched by modern society. Alright, let's talk about health for a second. Before you jet off to Panama, it's important to take a few precautions to make sure your trip is healthy and happy. First things first, let's talk about vaccinations. It's always a good idea to check with your doctor about recommended vaccinations before you travel. Some common ones for Panama include hepatitis A and typhoid. It's better to be safe than sorry, people. Next up, let's talk about water. In Panama, it's generally recommended to stick to bottled water, especially when you're outside of major cities. The tap water can sometimes contain bacteria that might upset your stomach. Alright, let's talk about shopping. Panama is a shopper's paradise, with everything from modern malls to traditional markets. Whether you're looking for souvenirs, clothing, or electronics, you're sure to find something to satisfy your shopping cravings. First up, let's hit the malls. Panama City is home to some impressive shopping centers like Albrook Mall, one of the largest malls in Latin America. You'll find all the big international brands here, as well as local boutiques and restaurants. It's a shopper's dream come true. Now, if you're looking for something a little more authentic, head to the local markets. One of the most famous is the Mercado de Mariscos, or fish market, in Panama City. So, there you have it. We've covered the top 12 essential things you need to know before visiting Panama. From its strategic location and the Panama Canal to its diverse ecosystems and vibrant culture, Panama offers an unforgettable travel experience. Remember to embrace the local customs, savor the delicious cuisine, and explore the country's natural wonders responsibly. If you're planning a trip to Central America, make sure Panama is at the top of your list. You won't regret it. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to my channel for more travel tips and adventures. Until next time, keep exploring.